Good evening and welcome to Fordham Nightly News for Thursday, April 12th, 2012. I'm Jeff Coltin.
And I'm Erica Waddell. Tonight in the news, George Zimmerman appears in court.
And Connecticut repeals the death penalty. But first, here's a look at your Fordham news.
It could be the biggest auto recall in American history. Airbag maker Takata Corp is agreeing to declare almost 34 million of its inflators defective, effectively doubling the amount of cars and trucks affected in the U.S. so far. Many of the airbags can explode with too much force, sending shrapnel into passengers. The airbags have been blamed for 6 deaths and hundreds of injuries worldwide. President Obama signed a new law creating a nationwide alert system to catch anyone who hurts, kills, or makes serious threats against police officers. The new system would be like the Amber Alerts used to find abducted children. The bill is named after NYPD officers Wenjian Liu and Rafael Ramos, who were shot days before Christmas sitting in their patrol car. A record 154 pounds of heroin has been seized from New York City drug traffickers. That's the biggest bust ever in the state. DEA agents have arrested 2 Bronxites and recovered more than $2 million in cash. An official said the heroin seized was enough to give a dose to every man, woman, and child in the 5 boroughs. Mayor de Blasio has made a plan to dig New York City public housing out of a $98 million hole. He's modifying a stalled proposal to lease unused land and housing complexes for private residential development. The city would also be more aggressive in collecting rent and would raise parking fees for NYCHA's more than 400,000 residents in the city.
People drive too fast down this stretch of Prospect Avenue in Belmont, according to Francine Miller, so she wants to put in a speed bump.
And I really need that speed bump because it brings back bad memories about a dear friend of mine who was killed in the very corner. And it's also, there's a handicapped school across the street that handle handicapped buses. Now the people don't even stop for the school bus. Now you know, that's just not good.
One night in November, Miller took those hopes and concerns to the Boys and Girls Club on 189th Street. She and more than 20 other residents of City Council member Richie Torres' district shared ideas for infrastructure projects in the neighborhood. They were taking part in what's called participatory budgeting, or PB. The initiative lets regular New Yorkers come up with ideas and present projects. In the spring, district residents get to vote on how to spend about $1 million in capital funds.
Giving the people the ability to decide where their hard-earned tax dollars are spent. And I like that about government, opening up the doors of government and letting the people in.
PB came to New York City in 2011, but it's just getting big now, with almost half of the city council taking part. In past years, it's funded projects like technology upgrades for schools, restoring a playground, and maybe soon, speed bumps.
Despite the mayor's new 25 miles per hour speed limit, they're still going 50 and 60.
The street isn't too busy now, but residents say when school gets out, the street gets filled with students, and it's a safety hazard. And they're not the only ones at risk.
One of my tenants got hit on a motorized wheelchair last week and knocked to her knees. And fortunately, someone was able to help her get up before she got killed.
So Miller will keep participating, hoping the neighborhood agrees. I'm Jeff Coltin for Eye on Fordham. Governor Cuomo loves the parks. He launched the Parks 2020 plan last month ahead of budget negotiations in Albany. It's a commitment to spend $900 million on state parks by the end of the decade. That counts the spending that's already happened since Cuomo took office in 2011. The year before that, 88 state parks were threatened with closure by budget cuts. The Cuomo administration's boosted funding, taking a special focus on modernizing parks. It claims to have led almost 300 park improvement projects, with many more to come. Riverbank State Park has already benefited from the state's increased funding. In 2012, the old turf field was replaced with this new and safer surface. The state also redid the running track, a huge boost to the track team at nearby City College.
Beforehand, you see patches of track torn up. It was really bad. It was hard. It was nasty. It's not something you want to run in. Since then, yeah, most definitely. Just all the track is redone. It's new Mondo. We're able to fly with this.
Other parkgoers were happy with Riverbank's upkeep.
And it's a good environment. You bring your family, your kids here.
It's pretty good park. I like to come out here.
But that doesn't mean parkgoers don't have recommendations for how to spend the money.
You need water hose, sprinklers, and garden tools,
More changes to the park are already planned, like better basketball courts and further improvements to the ice rink in the West Harlem Park. Riverbank is just one of New York's 215 state parks. Other big projects in the plan include a new tide pool at Roberto Clemente in the Bronx and a market at Jones Beach on Long Island. The governor's focus on parks hasn't just been a financial one. State parks have been included in the I Love New York TV ads to boost tourism. And for those that can't get outside, there are 360-degree virtual tours. The focus seems to be paying off. State attendance at parks rose last year to 62 million people. That's up 4.5 million since 2010. I'm Jeff Coltin, New York 1. The Ramblers are one of Fordham's most beloved clubs. The all-male singing group is known for its beautiful harmonies, and it's this man's job to keep them sounding great.
I'm Alex DeSimone. I'm the music director of the Fordham Ramblers.
DeSimone is beginning his 4th year with the Ramblers. They practice 7 hours a week to get the right sound, and the shows at the end of each semester are packed. But DeSimone doesn't only work a cappella.
And I like playing the band. My band's called Second Child, and I play and sing in that. It's pretty neat.
DeSimone and bandmate Alex Tremitiere worked on their first album for more than 2 years before releasing it in September.
There's a song called Beginners off our EP Beginners.
Isn't it funny?
And it's just an acoustic guitar and a voice. And I've had some pretty spectacular moments finishing that song and just kind of an air of silence hanging in the room. And that is a cool feeling.
I was still prepared to part. We were both beginners, and we still are.
They've played a few club shows and have opened for the band Cold War Kids at Fordham's Spring Weekend. Second Child has even appeared on BuzzFeed for their cover of Colors of the Wind. DeSimone wants to make the band his full-time job when he graduates in May, a goal that's become more important after an internship with a PR firm.
I was working 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, working at something I didn't really connect with at all. So it was kind of healthy it was a wake-up call, like, hey, you don't do this. You have to do something about this if you don't want to do this.
DeSimone says this is what he chooses for now. I'm Jeff Coltin for Eye on Fordham.